Hi, I'm MacGybo, and today I'm going to be looking at Eve Equinox, specifically the new ability to personalize your own ship skins in Skinner.
MacGybo.
So Eve Equinox doesn't come out until, well, probably the same time that this video is launched, which is Tuesday the 11th of June, and the rollout starts about 11 AM Central European time. What CCP have allowed the Eve partners to do is the weekend before the rollout, they've given us access to the test server with a kind of version of Eve Equinox. It isn't the same version, and it's not even the most up-to-date version of what's going to get rolled out. It's like a step or two behind what they're working on at the moment. So there are some features missing. However, what isn't missing is, as you can see here, the new ship hangar layout and the ability to personalize ship skins in Skinner, which is what I'm going to take a look at in this video. But before we get to it, CCP really do spoil us on the test server when we are allowed access to it. As you can see, even though I'm in Jita here, I've got an avatar, a Titan, sitting in my hangar. I've got one of the new transport ships, two of them actually, a Deluge and a Torrent, and I think that CCP have really missed a trick by not letting one of the pirate ships be called a Torrent. But I've got one here, and these new ships I'm sure will be getting covered in some of my colleagues' videos. I'm not really an industrialist. I'm not the kind of person who's going to be able to give you a meaningful description of the assets of a ship that's used for moon mining and industry and things like that. It's not my background. I wouldn't be very good at it. So keep an eye out for some of my colleagues' videos, because I'm sure they're going to cover these in some detail. And the Titan is not something that I've ever flown before, but in order for us, this Eve partners, to be able to adequately test things out, things are very, very different on the market when we're in test. For example, large skill injectors, 1 Isk in Jita, 1.01 Isk. Now, I've asked if there's some way that we could buy stuff here and have it put over onto Tranquility, but I never even got an answer. I mean, it's just a look of contempt, I think, is what I got. But in addition to that, and you might remember this from the old test server, is that anything that you might want to try out is available very close by for just 100 Isk. So you could fully fit a Titan for just a couple of thousand Isk. The purpose of that is to give us a fairly unrestricted access to anything that we might need to try out to demonstrate Eve Equinox in the videos anyway. So what I'm going to try and do just now is this, which is to go down into Utilities and Ship Skinner and take a look at how you would design your own skin using the Ship Skinner. And what CCP have said is that if you can fly it, you can skin it. So alphas can skin the ships that they can fly, and omegas likewise. Now, this isn't just the case of designing something and it's ready. There's far more to it than that. You have to basically cook it. The things that you're going to have available to you to design this is going to vary depending on various items that you may have, some of which will enhance the ship and provide you with more things, and the skills that you have. But we'll get into that. So let's click on Create New Design. You get 4 slots and a pattern slot. So the first slot, primary slot, secondary slot, different colors, detailing slot, and a text slot. And it's asked for a skin name. So we'll call this Equinox Video test A. Now it's got a cost associated with it here. So what I'm just going to do is make sure that I've got Plex. And again, Plex is down at just 100 Isk. So get myself enough Plex. Let's click on primary slot. And we've got a choice between colors and metallic. This is our first one, so we'll just try with Electric Dream Satin. Dark Abyss Gloss. We'll try that. Wow. Darth Vader's Estero. Okay, I'm with that. Secondary slot. No, I like the red that was there. Okay, that's good. Detailing slot. Now, where are we with that? Ah, it's just here. We just try different colors, see what we like. How about we make the detailing metallic? Or like that precursor plate. And text slot is base or metallic. Base. Oh wow, yeah, metallic. Okay, I'm with that. Okay. Now if I click hull selection. Ah, so you don't actually need to be just in the ship that you use, and you can select the different hulls here. And as you can see just now, not all hulls are available, but we'll have to wait on Tuesday to see if this is a restriction that's just on the version that we're using just now. So we're on pattern slot. Oh, and that's like whereabouts the secondary colors lie. So do you want it as a straight split between two areas, or do you want a fade? Wow, that's nasty. Yeah, I like that. So you can just have it without the pattern, or you can choose that stripe across there, which I do like actually. Okay, so let's say we're happy with that. What's here? I can, oh, I see. You can orbit the pattern. You can offset, mirror it. Yeah, that's nice. This might lead to a lot of people not undocking when Equinox comes out, because this is so much more fun than spinning in stations. So let's say I'm happy with that, and I click create skin. Then it tells me what I need. So I can't just go in and start. I need fermionic sequencer, tear sequencer, and alignment sequencer. And I have none of any of them. Fortunately, there's some in the station. So if I just buy enough of each of them, I can make a few more. So it says time to sequence 2 days, 20 hours and 51 minutes. And that is based on my skills. So I've got basic induction to 5, induction efficiency, advanced induction efficiency, and peak induction acceleration not trained at all. So with this being test, you will see here a new skill category which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 skills related to sequencing. So if we just go back and see what skills we need, induction efficiency, and just whack that up. Next one was advanced induction efficiency. The final one there, peak induction acceleration. And through the magic of cheap skill injectors, 4 million skill points will take you to the top of that. So that's taken the time to sequence down to 1 day and 8 hours. While we've got the skills open, let's take a look and see what the other skills do. So batch sequencing allows you to produce multiple skins in a single sequencing job. So let's just and train that. Parallel sequencing changes the amount of jobs you can do concurrently. Multi-thread sequencing increases maximum concurrent sequencing jobs, and that's 260 million. These are not cheap skills. Mass sequencing increases maximum skins per sequencing by an additional 25 at skill level 1, and so on. And industrial sequencing is for someone who's serious about producing massive amounts of skins. Now, the other two skills that are there are to do with the selling of skins, and that's not something I'm going to cover in this video, primarily because there's still some tweaks to be made. So anything I showed you now would be irrelevant because it's already out of date. So with all of that in mind, I'm going to click skin amount. So let's say we want to do 5 skins, so it's 5 of the same kind of skin. So what it does is it increases the amount of material that you need, and it increases the amount of plex cost, but what it doesn't do is increase the time to sequence. So if we click start sequencing, you hear the plex go out and it says sequencing in progress. Now if I click complete now, an additional 50 plex, skin sequencing complete. Paragon is pleased to inform you that your new skin is finished sequencing and has been delivered to your collection. Fortunately, there's a little tab here that says collection. And if I click on that, it says unactivated skins. If I click activate and apply, oh wow, my Darth Vader skin. I mean, how cool is that? So what we did there was quite a basic skin based on the materials and the colours that were freely available to us there. We didn't have to buy anything else. And that's pretty stunning. People are going to lose fights purely because they're looking at the skins. Let's go and see what else is available. So if I head back to the ship Skinner, this is known as the studio, and we click on create new design. So this time I'm going to click on buy more to see what else is available. And what comes up here are the design elements that are categorized, which you can buy for extra plex. There is matte, satin, dark satin, and gloss styles. It says these are basic nano coatings. I like the sound of midnight satin, but we've done a dark one already. So why don't we try a brighter colour? Exoplanet Sunrise Matte. Yeah, that's an interesting colour. Let's buy that element. Sani Crimson Satin. Quick Blamongi. And it tells you that when you buy this, it's suitable for 3 sequencing runs. So if I go back to the studio and create my new design, what I do is go in and activate the design elements that I've purchased, and then they appear in the studio window. And you can tell the difference between them and the basic ones because they've got a number indicating how many times they can be used. So for the primary colour, I'm going to go with this very subtle nuclear orange look. And my secondary slot is this equally understated Barbie pink. Sorry, I mean Sunny Crimson Satin. And the detailing slot, I'm also going to do Sunny Crimson Satin. And the text slot, make it gloss. And we'll give this pattern, should we give this one a fade? What do we think? Wow. I was trying to do something. Ooh. I was trying to do something bright and garish, but I'm beginning to actually really like this. Okay. Yeah. Reminds me of Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters when one side of his face gets the sunburn and not the other. So let's create the skin. And again, I'm missing the materials. So we're going to have to just buy some of these. We'll start sequencing. And then we'll finish sequencing. You get the notification. And then we'll click on our collection. And we will activate and apply. My rhubarb and custard astero. So clearly when you're doing this on the live server, once this is all introduced, it's going to take a lot longer. This is max skills. This is additional plex to cut it short. So there will be people who will be able to inject, I suppose, and then start churning out skills pretty quickly. But the materials that we needed to use this, where do they come from? I don't know. Give me a second. I'll go and find out. So I've just checked, and these items, the alignment sequencer, the fermionic sequencer, and the care sequencer, will be part of loot drops. They'll be in the loot tables on Tranquility when Eve Equinox is launched. So when these first drop, they're going to be very popular and very expensive. I don't know where they're going to drop, but I dare say word will spread very quickly on Tuesday. So as soon as Eve Equinox launches, get in your buy orders in Jita for these sequences. Now I imagine that upon its launch, this will become a bit of an Isk sink. You will end up with a fleet of Astero, or any ship. You'll end up with fleets where no two ships will look the same unless that's exactly what you want. Perhaps in the future corps and alliances will have their own official skin, and they will fully expect the whole of the fleet to buy it to support the fleet and then wear it into battle like a uniform. This is a good idea. I think what we've got to remember as well is that when this comes to ship skinning, this is the very beginning. I look forward to see what you do with this. So I'm MacGybo, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.